Alright, so I said I was going to try to build a rivet setter out of a hammer drill, and so that you guys know, I'm using the Bosch Bulldog. You can see the model number on there. It's 11224 VSR, and it's got a setting on here. Everything's in the way. I don't even know if you can see. It's kind of dark. Yeah, it's very dark. I'll just bring it over here underneath the light. But I've got a setting for hammer drill right there, and then one for hammer, and then one over here in the dark for just drill right there. See it? Drill. So I'm going to try just the hammer setting, and what I've done is I took one of my expensive bits. It's like a 1-inch bit, and I chopped the end of it off. Here's the end right here. See that? And then I ground down the tip, and then in the very end right there I made a divot. I know it's impossible to see. Maybe not. I don't know. But I'm going to take just a couple of pieces of slate that were scrap that I've punched holes in with my Whitney punch, and I'm going to put this rivet in there. And I'm going to go out there and hammer it with the hammer drill using this thing right here, and I will bring the results back in and show you the problem I have is that it's dark outside. I'm going to do this very quickly as to not annoy my neighbors, or at least not let my neighbors know who it is that is being annoying at I guess it's 9:30 at night, and then I'll bring it back in here and show you the results of it. I'll talk to y'all here in a minute. Alright, so something unexpected happened. I had absolutely no success with just hammering. The hammering dented the rivet just a tiny little bit. However, I had the bright idea of just going and setting it on hammer and drill at the same time, and it worked. You can see it. Well, there we go. It peened it over real nice. Looks like it maybe came off at an angle a little bit, but it's not going anywhere. Let's see if I can show it from the bottom side. Yeah. I might have maybe improved it by having the right size hole. I'm using just a little bit larger hole than the rivet requires. But I still think that's success. It's on there pretty good. Maybe having the rivet a little bit longer also. I cut it pretty short. But I wanted to see what was going to happen. You know, I'm going to go do this again. See what happens. I'll be back. Okay, so fantastic results. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This little one right here was, I used the punch with the larger hole. Let's see if I can get better light. I used the punch with a larger hole, or with the same size hole that I used on this one here by my thumb. And I cut the rivet shorter, and it did a good job. I mean, it is something that's going to work. Okay. And then I took my drill and drilled out the exact sized hole. Okay. And gave it a little bit longer piece of rivet coming out of the metal before I stuck it on there, and it peened it out nice and flat and wide. I think that the secret to success on this, while any of these was actually acceptable, but the secret to perfection would be having the exact same size hole as the rivet. So that's what I'm going to try to do when using this thing. And the idea for it isn't to replace all the riveting I do. Actually, the idea is to get at places like deep into the top of a helmet where you have trouble getting with a hammer in the first place, like at the very top of a spangen helmet. I mean, how in the world do you peen those over without having like some sort of extra long hammer and lots of practice at hammering way down deep into the top of a helmet? You know, I've tried it with a rod that I've cleaned up the end on, and I end up making little dents in the top of the helmet all over the place because it's heavy and I'm inaccurate. So hopefully this thing will actually do this well for me. I would like to give you action photos on this, but or not photos, video on it, but it's just not something that I could easily do one-handed and in the dark anyway. So there it is. I think it works. I'm happy with it, and I'm going to use it. Anybody who has any questions on this or wants some information, feel free to contact me. Thank you much.